10 Most Mysterious Disappearances in History. Mysterious disappearances have always fascinated and terrified people. How can someone vanish without a trace, leaving behind only questions? Some cases have reasonable explanations, while others remain completely baffling. In today's video, we will explore 10 of the most perplexing disappearances in history. Cases that continue to puzzle experts and fuel conspiracy theories. Let's dive in. 1. The vanishing of Flight MH370 in 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 took off from Kuala Lumpur, bound for Beijing, with 239 passengers and crew on board. About an hour into the flight, communication with the aircraft was lost. Despite extensive search efforts covering millions of square kilometers, only a few pieces of debris, possibly from the plane, have ever been found. Theories range from mechanical failure and pilot error to more sinister possibilities, such as hijacking or military intervention. Some believe the plane was deliberately diverted, while others speculate it could have been a victim of electronic warfare. But even with modern technology, how could a massive aircraft simply disappear without a trace? The mystery of MH370 remains one of the greatest aviation enigmas of our time. 2. The disappearance of Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was a trailblazer in aviation, attempting to become the first woman to fly around the world in 1937. However, during the final stretch of her journey over the Pacific Ocean, radio contact was lost, and she was never seen again. The U.S. Navy launched an extensive search but found nothing. Some believe her plane crashed into the ocean, while others suggest she survived and lived under a new identity. Another theory claims she was captured by the Japanese military. Despite occasional discoveries of bones and wreckage thought to be hers, no conclusive evidence has been found. What really happened to Amelia Earhart? 3. The mystery of the Roanoke colony. In the late 16th century, more than 100 English settlers established a colony on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina. When their governor, John White, returned from England 3 years later, he found the settlement abandoned. The only clue left behind was the word Croton carved into a tree. What happened to the settlers? Some historians believe they assimilated with local Native American tribes, while others suggest they were massacred. Some more eerie theories suggest supernatural forces or even time travel. To this day, the fate of the Roanoke colony remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in American history. 4. The strange case of the Sodder children. On Christmas Eve in 1945, the Sodder family's home in West Virginia was consumed by fire. The parents and 4 of their children escaped, but 5 other children seemingly vanished. No remains were ever found in the rubble, leading many to believe they had been kidnapped rather than perishing in the fire. Over the years, mysterious sightings of the missing children were reported, and the family even received cryptic letters hinting that they were still alive. The Sodder parents never gave up searching, but the truth was never uncovered. Was this a case of arson, abduction, or something even more sinister? 5. The disappearance of D.B. Cooper. In 1971, a man known as D.B. Cooper hijacked a Northwest Orient Airlines flight, extorted $200,000 in ransom, and then parachuted out of the plane into the wilderness of the Pacific Northwest. Despite an extensive manhunt, he was never seen or heard from again. Some believe Cooper died in the jump, but others speculate he survived and started a new life under an assumed identity. The FBI investigated the case for over 45 years but eventually closed it without solving the mystery. Could he still be out there, living in secret? 6. The lost crew of the Mary Celeste. In 1872, the Mary Celeste, a merchant ship, was discovered drifting in the Atlantic Ocean with no sign of its crew. Everything on board was untouched, including food, personal belongings, and cargo. The only thing missing? The people. Theories range from pirate attacks to mutiny, but there was no sign of struggle. Others suggest the crew abandoned ship in fear of an explosion from alcohol fumes stored in the cargo hold. But why was there no trace of them? The fate of the Mary Celeste's crew remains one of the most haunting maritime mysteries. 7. The vanishing of James Warson. In 1873, an English shoemaker named James Warson was jogging with friends when he mysteriously disappeared into thin air. Witnesses claimed he stumbled and then simply ceased to exist. Some believe this story was a hoax, but others suggest he may have fallen through a portal or been the victim of an unexplained phenomenon. Could there be places on Earth where people can simply vanish? 8. The missing Saudi Daisy 6. In 1980, 6 people from Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, were reported missing under extremely unusual circumstances. Despite multiple investigations and searches, no bodies, evidence, or traces of their whereabouts have ever been found. Could they have been victims of foul play, or is there something far stranger at work? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved, with only whispers and speculation left behind. 9. The disappearance of Brandon Swanson. In 2008, 19-year-old Brandon Swanson called his parents after his car got stuck in a ditch while driving home from a party. As they talked, he suddenly exclaimed, "OSH," and the call disconnected. Despite an extensive search, he was never found. Was he attacked? Did he fall into a hidden pit or body of water? His disappearance remains an agonizing mystery for his family and investigators. 10. The Dyatlov Pass incident. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set off on an expedition in the Ural Mountains. Days later, their bodies were found scattered across the snow, some with horrific injuries like crushed skulls, missing tongues, and radiation exposure. Theories range from an avalanche and military testing to Yeti attacks and paranormal forces. Russian authorities recently claimed an avalanche was responsible, but many remain unconvinced. What really happened that night in Dyatlov Pass? These disappearances continue to baffle experts and captivate the imagination of people around the world. What do you think happened in these cases? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysterious stories.